I'm about to share the queen of macaron flavors with you guys. Hey guys, I'm Nick, and on this episode of the Scran Line, I'm going to show you guys how to make these delicious, addictive red velvet macarons. Now, my favorite flavor of cupcake is red velvet. Nothing beats a really good moist red velvet cupcake with fluffy cream cheese frosting on top. I have a recipe for that on my website. These are basically like a very light cocoa flavored macaron shell with my yummy fluffy cream cheese frosting in the center. These are the ingredients you need to make them. Okay guys, so to make these red velvet macarons, the ingredients you're going to need are icing or confectioner's sugar, almond flour, caster sugar. I've just split my egg white into 2 bowls. So I've let these sit out for an hour, and that's called letting them age, and it allows them to whip up a little bit better. Now at the time that I was going to film this, I thought I wanted chocolate sauce in the center, but I decided to leave that out and keep it nice and simple. Some red food gel, cocoa powder, and some water. And guys, if you're watching this and you haven't already subscribed, make sure you hit the subscribe button. I upload 2 new videos a week. We're going to start off by popping half of our confectioner's sugar and half of our almond meal into our food processor, and we're going to mix these up. Now you want to add your cocoa powder in there as well. If you don't have a food processor, you can simply sift these ingredients together. We're going to add them to a large mixing bowl. I'm just creating a little well in the center just out of habit. There's no particular reason I do this. I'm going to add the first batch of egg whites in there, mix it until it's well combined and it forms a paste. Now guys, at first it feels like there's not going to be enough wet to dry ingredients to form a paste, but just keep mixing, it will all come together. Once you've got that mixed, you can cover it with some plastic wrap and set it aside. We're going to move on to making the syrup portion of our macarons. So add your water into a medium-sized saucepan along with your caster sugar, and you want to give that a gentle mix. Now let this come to a gentle boil and let it simmer away. Now for this you're going to need a candy thermometer. I've had people ask me if you can do it without. I can't tell you for sure because I've only done this with a candy thermometer. You can pick these up at Amazon.com or from your local kitchen supply store. Now we're going to let this gently simmer away until it reaches 115 degrees Celsius. When you reach that temperature, you can put your second batch of egg whites into a large mixing bowl, whip these up and get them nice and frothy. When you reach 118 degrees Celsius, take your syrup off the heat and very slowly and in a thin stream, add it to your egg whites while your mixer is on high speed. Now if you're using a hand mixer for this, you might need some help. Once you have it all in there, keep mixing on high speed. Now you'll feel the side of the bowl slightly cool down. You're looking for a nice, thick, glossy mixture. You want to scrape down the bowl and add your vanilla extract, some red food dye, and mix that in. If you can turn the bowl upside down and nothing comes out, then you know it's done. We're going to add about a spatula full of our meringue mixture to our almond mixture and mix that in until it's well combined. And that just helps us thin out our almond mixture before you add the rest of your meringue. Now guys, the mixing stage is the most important part when you're making macarons. Lots of people have different ways of doing this. I like to go around the bowl with a spatula and then through the middle. And what that helps do is it helps deflate your mixture and get it to that perfect consistency. Now what you're looking for is the ribbon stage, where the meringue mixture falls off the spatula in a ribbon and then disappears into your mixture after about 10 seconds. Once you reach that stage, you're done. I'm just dabbing a little bit of my macaron mixture onto my baking tray, and that's going to help our baking paper stick there. I'm using a round tip to pipe my macarons about 3 centimeters wide. Once you finish piping your macarons, you want to give the tray a gentle tap on each side, and that just helps any of the air bubbles in your mixture come up to the top. You're going to let these sit out for about 30 minutes to dry. Then you can pop them into the oven on 180 degrees Celsius for about 10 minutes. Once they're finished baking, you can let them cool down on your baking tray completely before you try taking them off. I'm using a Wilton 6B tip to frost my cupcakes in a round swirl with a little bit of my cream cheese frosting. Recipe for that can be found on my website. That's pretty much it. Okay guys, so those were my red velvet macarons. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you did, make sure you hit the like button. If you're watching this and you haven't already subscribed, make sure you hit the subscribe button. I upload 2 new videos a week. Recipe for these red velvet macarons is going to be on my website, thescranline.com. My last video is over there for you guys to watch, so click on that for more deliciousness. Thanks so much for watching guys. I'll see you all on the next episode of the Scran Line.